We rise with a purpose, shine through the night. Voices of courage, lifting the light. Step into your moment, let your spirit fly. We are the voices that reach for the sky.
Welcome to Voices of Purpose, a podcast that shines a light on the quiet heroes, passionate changemakers, and the everyday people answering the call to make a difference.
Here we explore the stories behind the mission, the why that drives the work, and celebrate the power of purpose in action.
Hello, I'm Chris Wooters.
And I'm Chris Hibbert. We're the hosts of your show for today.
All right, let's jump into today's conversation. All right, since this is our first podcast, we want to go ahead and talk more about Voices of Purpose and actually why we're here today. To give this off first, I'll go ahead and go over to my other Chris and let him talk a little bit about this.
Yeah, thanks, Chris. I think it's just really important that, you've got a story, I've got a story. No doubt we've got a multitude of stories, to be fair. And I think most people, if not everybody, has got a story. And those people deserve the opportunity to talk about their story and share their story with people. And I just hope that this podcast can give them the platform that they haven't had. Even, some people, they have so many opportunities to talk about what powers them, what drives them, but not necessarily to the people that this is going to reach. So I think this is such an amazing opportunity. I just hope it inspires some people to find their purpose as well. It's really a cool idea.
Yeah, as far as me, for me, it does all that. And one of the things that I always look back is what happens when our voice is gone? What happens when we're no longer here? Does our voice go further? One of the things that for me is always being able to, my son's voice, being able to proclaim that, to be able to keep his voice going in everything I do. But what happens when I'm not here to be the voice for him for that to continue on? I think that there are so many different voices out there that have great purpose, that really their story needs to be told, and just to be able for them to be able to showcase what they've done, how they're doing it. And the other thing is how they're not giving up, how they're continuing to move forward and continuing to help out the world.
Yeah, I mean, it's interesting you say that. You've got children. Sue and I never had children, so we haven't kind of got that inherent legacy. We kind of probably spent most of our lives helping other people's children. To be fair, through Scouts, Venture Scouts, Leos. So you're just hoping that something of you lives on, and I think through telling stories and giving other people the opportunity to do the same. I just hope that happens, and there is a little bit of a legacy of the things that I've done over my life, and you just don't know. One of the things I've started realizing is you can't underestimate the impact you have on people, because quite often you just never know what impact you've had on anybody. You just go through life being who you are, doing what you do, interacting with people every day, and you just don't know what impact you're having on them, whether it's a positive impact or a negative impact. So I think the thing I take from that is to try to realize that and always try to leave a positive impression and avoid leaving negative impressions on people.
And I can tell you that one of our actually first interactions and how we met was through something of a storytelling. It was the Global Service Week, and that was a way for the Lions to tell the story of what Lions Club International Foundation is doing around the world. And one of the stories I have of Chris here was him playing the drums. We were actually at a wedding for over 100 people, and here we were during the event. They had this little small small round drum. And here we have Chris that's out there, and he's just, playing with the drum with the kids that are. They have a band that's playing with him. He's just playing with the kids, and all the kids from all the way around. We're just playing and jumping, and we're had a smile on their face. Where a lot of those kids didn't really have a whole lot, but I know that you made the difference just by being able to be there and being on that drum. So that's one of those stories that needs to be told.
Yeah, like you say, I mean, and the interesting thing is that's something you noticed. It's not necessarily something that I noticed. I was in the moment. I wasn't looking around and seeing the smiles. So it's even the case that you've got to be aware of what other people are doing and the impression they're having on people. It's not just your own impression. No, it's incredible. And I can remember the first story that you told me. We're in India, and we were about to go on a horse and carriage. If you remember, we're in the Victoria Park, I think it was.
Yes.
And I asked you what your tattoo meant, and the thing that I will never forget is the fact that you asked me if it was okay for you to tell me your story. So many people just want to tell their story as soon as the opening is there, but you asked for my permission, which was incredible, to be fair. And it was an incredible story, and one that I continue to learn and hear more from you. So it's the start of a journey for it, really, for me, that was.
Oh, for me, a story is a lot, and it's not just me conversing with somebody. It's actually me inviting someone to be a part of my family, and actually to feel what we have gone through and to feel our journey. I don't look at stories as being something that's just in a book to be read. It's something to be felt. And a good story has a purpose, it has a drive to end at a certain location. And I don't want to ever put that on somebody without actually, asking their permission to bring that into the fold, because it's a great journey. It's a great story, but it also has ups and downs where it pulls on the heartstrings, and it makes you think twice about things. And that's want to make sure that, everything we do, we go forward and we're trying to empower.
Yeah, it's very true. Very true. But a lot of my sort of background, like I say, it started off in scouting, and I've got so many stories about scouting that I could share. But I think one that really kind of started my journey into moving away from just scouting, moving into the bigger, wider world, really, was I asked a long-term financial supporter of our Lions Club had multiple sclerosis, and he was in a wheelchair, and he used to donate £250 to Scouts and £250 to Venture Scouts every year for 10 years. And pretty much on the 10th year, I asked him if he'd like to go up Ben Nevis. Ben Nevis is the largest mountain in the UK. Now, don't get carried away. It's not like the mountains in America or the Himalayas, or it's pretty small, to be fair, but it's big enough to carry a guy in a wheelchair and be challenged. And I put that together with my Venture Scout group, and we twinned with a Canadian Venture Scout group at the same time. So they came over and they helped us with this project. And it just happened that we raised pretty much £5,000, wow, which almost exactly paid for the amount of money that he'd donated over 10 years to our Scout and Venture Scout group. And I met him at the 50th anniversary of our Scout group recently, and he must be late 70s now. So he's still going strong. He's still in his wheelchair, and we were having a chat, and he said it's actually one of the greatest memories of his entire life. That guy's in his 70s, late 70s. He's lived a hell of a life. He's had a lot of trauma in his life, a lot of challenges. And one of the things he remembers the most about his 70-something years was us carrying him up Ben Nevis. So it comes back to the fact that I never knew he felt like that. If I hadn't have gone to that reunion, and he hadn't gone to that reunion, and we hadn't have bumped into each other, I wouldn't have had a clue that was the impact it had on him. And then it's the impact it had on all those venture scouts in the UK and in Canada. They'll have that memory as well. And that's what memories are about, isn't it? Creating stories.
No, that I think there's no way that that story in that actually what they're able to be a part of has changed all their lives, to include his life and the people around him. So I know positively, without a shadow of a doubt, that the things that we do affect others around us, and that's where we actually start to see the change. We start to see the empowerment. So that's why we're here, right?
Absolutely. It gives me huge pleasure to realize the impact that you have on people and the impact they have on us. It's a two-way street.
Yep. Well, I know that we have a lot of people lined up for this couple next few weeks, and hopefully we're going to be able to put a lot of people together for our podcast and get this off on the right foot. The thing I think that we need to make sure that we let everyone know is it's not just a Lions podcast. It is trying to bring in all the people that are around the world that are doing great things and show their purpose, because another side of it is a lot of people are going through mental health issues where they're coming to the part of not thinking that they can actually get through to the next step. They think that they're in a place that, one, no one's ever been, and two, that no one can ever feel like they have. And I want to let you know that even the greatest people across the world that are have soared to the top of the mountains and everywhere else, they have had challenges that they've gone through. And it's not been easy. It's never easy, but they've tried to get through this. And hopefully through this, we'll be able to actually showcase some of these people and actually show how they've gone through these hard times and to be able to get to where they are right now.
Yeah, absolutely. And, the fact that we will be talking to them, even if they're struggling now, it's an opportunity just to have a conversation. Even that is going to be beneficial. But it's a really, really exciting time, and I'm so glad we've started to put this together, and I'm so excited about the long list of candidates we've got to come on this stage with us. It's going to be amazing.
And if you have anybody, if you're listening right now and you have someone that you would like to contact us about and get them on the show, please look at the information, look at our bio, and hit us up with that link and send it to us and let us know so we can actually get them on the show. We'd love to have more people from all over to be a part of this show. It's more about getting as many voices out there, getting them up front, and letting people know their stories. That way we can help others through what they're going through.
Yeah. Well said, Chris. Well said.
And the last thing I want to make sure that we follow up on is a lot of the things the next 4 to 5 podcasts we're going to be pushing towards are leading us up to June 1st. June 1st is the Telethon 5.0, which is a great feat for us. Lions Virtual puts this on. If you'd like to register to have this information sent to you to become a part of Telethon 5.0, please go to lionsvirtual.org. There you'll be able to click on the link and sign up for that. That will give you the link to the program in your language and in your time zone. It's very important, so that way you can see it on June 1st in your time and in your language. Chris, do you want to kind of give us an overview of what Telethon 5 is, or what Telethon is?
Wow, yeah. So Telethon 5 is well, all the telethons so far have been about celebrating service, service that Lions are doing all over the world, and largely supported by our foundation, Lions Clubs International Foundation. We were lucky enough, Chris and I were lucky enough to be part of it last year from our trip to India. And our trip to Morocco this year is going to feature fairly heavily in the content as well. So it's just truly incredible to see the variety and the magnitude of the service that goes on in various parts of the world. To see it firsthand in India and Morocco is incredible. But we can't go to everywhere, can we, Chris? We can't be everywhere at the same time. But people have got smartphones, people have got video cameras, and we're getting incredible footage of all sorts of different kinds of service from every part, every single corner of our planet. It's truly inspirational. So even if you're not a Lion, and especially if you're not a Lion, come along, have a look. Even if you dip in for half an hour, come and have a look and see what we do. No doubt there's something in there for you. No doubt we can help you with your purpose.
Exactly. And just like this show, we're trying to get out to people that are not only Lions, that are just doing, I like to look at the new slogan we have for telethon this year: real people, real service, real change. And that's really who we are, and what we're trying to be about is actually to see the real people doing the real service and showing change all the way around the world.
Yeah, hands-on service, definitely. That's what we're about. That's what me and Chris are about, for certain. We want to get our sleeves rolled up and our hands dirty, plant trees, play football with children that are young adults are far too good for us. I'm still aching from that football game.
Jump in inflatable hippo costumes and go on parades that you thought were only going to be a block, and it turns out to be a whole hour endeavor.
That was unexpected.
Great. Yeah, it was life changing for sure. Not only for me, but for my kids as well, for my wife. I was very glad to be a part of that.
Yeah, it's lovely for you to have the whole family there, and seeing what you do. They were brilliant.
Yeah, I was actually lucky enough to be a part of the video crew too. So I have some videos of you that we're going to share later on, of course, about getting down to the dirt, getting all dirty, planting trees and stuff. That was, like I said, it was a great opportunity, a great thing to see. So today, we're taking a moment to revisit one of the incredible stories from last year's telethon, celebration of service, hope, and global impact of Lions around the world. These stories aren't just videos, they are proof that compassion, leadership, and action can transform lives.
Today we have an event called Sight for Kids program here in Lions Safari Park in Kolkata. Today this event is we are getting 500 children here and their vision are going to be checked. This is not only their Sight for Kids vision program, this is the carnival, this is the fun for them. They will spend time here, get gifts from Lions and Leos, have food, and at least one day we can bring a smile to this underprivileged children along with Sight for Kids program.
The Sight for Kids program has such a great impact in the children in India, and not only there, but in Thailand and Philippines and the States, all over the world. It's estimated over 19 million children have vision impairment. And the impact we've done is not only have we given more than 500,000 free spectacles to children, but it's seeing the other health issues that they have in their vision as well.
It's life-changing for these kids, because if you can imagine being, starting school, being in primary school, and having a vision problem, not being able to see the board. And if it goes unchecked, these kids sometimes slip through the system. So it is absolutely life-changing to be able to correct their vision and give them a good learning experience.
20 years back, when this program was started, Lions of Kolkata were annually conducting around 5,000 Sight for Kids screening for 5,000 children. But as we got the partnership from Johnson & Johnson through LCI, now every year Lions of Kolkata is screening 150,000 children every year.
When we're able to partner with Johnson & Johnson, we're able to do so much more. We can increase our reach. We can increase the boundaries that we have. It's actually unlimited.
Working with organizations like Johnson & Johnson's helps us increase the impact that we make in the community, and also brings all of us together as one part, making sure that the world is a better place to live in.
that's just one story. Join us on June 1st as we tell the story of how LCIF is changing lives in every corner of the world. Real people, real service, real change. Be a part of something global. Sign up today to get your personalized link delivered in your time zone and your language at lionsvirtual.org. Because together, we're not just telling stories, we're making them happen.
Thank you for joining us on Voices of Purpose. If today's story moved you, inspired you, or sparked a thought, don't keep it to yourself. Share it, live it, let it drive purpose in your own life. Until next time, stay grounded, stay inspired, and keep using your voice for good.